Hi, I'm Martha and this is Ellie. She doesn't need any introduction. We're going to walk you through a little workout for your feet, legs, hips, glutes that you can practice at home. First thing I want Ellie to do is she's going to take some balls, and everyone will have something like this at home, and work on releasing some tension through her feet. So just using some pressure, using her weight, pressing into the ball in different areas, spending a little more time on those areas that may be a little bit tender and sore. And this is a good way to start any of your lower body workouts, just by focusing on a little footwork for the first minute or two. And you can do this on both sides. What Ellie has right now is 2 balls together in a net. You could put 2 balls together in a sock so that you can work the inner and the outer part of the foot at the same time, or you can just use 1 ball and use that to work all different parts of the foot. Okay, so once the feet have gotten a little bit of release, we're going to do a little bit of work with the toes. So maybe facing the camera there, Ellie. What we're going to get her to do is lift up all of her toes off of the floor as high as she can, but still keeping the balls of the feet on the floor. And then nice and slowly, she's going to lower the 5th toe, the 4th toe, the 3rd, the 2nd, and then the 1st. And just repeat that. So all the toes lift up off the floor, and then she's going to lower down 1 at a time. Trying to really focus on independent movement of the toes. This is really important for beam especially, and just working on the flexibility through the foot, all the tendons that come down to the toes, all the fascia and the muscles. So repeating that a few times. So we kind of warmed up the feet, done a little bit of mobility for the feet, and then we're going to start with a little bit of a long lunge series. If you need to take a break through it, go for it, but good goal would be to work up the endurance to get through the whole thing. So Ellie's going to start with some lunges, forward lunges first, alternating sides. So go ahead when you're ready. One thing that I look for in lunges is nice arms. So I want the elbows to be really straight and the arms to be up as high as she can. So we're working on whole body position here. Ribs are in, abdominals are engaged. Ellie's going to have a nice soft landing as well, so she's working on absorbing the impact of the landing with every foot. Excellent. And then let's switch to backwards lunges. So I had on the list 10 forwards, 10 backwards. So stepping backwards is going to be a little bit different dynamic. As your gymnast starts to lose maybe a little bit of focus, the arms will start to come forward a little bit. So keep working on lifting the arms as much as you can. Keep pulling the ribs in. Good abdominals working. So we're doing 10 backwards lunges as well. Next, we're going to combine those 2 things, and we're going to go from a backwards lunge to a forward lunge. We're going to stay on the same side. So Ellie's stepping backwards, she's controlling coming forwards, absorbing, good landing, trying to keep the body position really tall and straight. Excellent. And your gymnast should have enough control to be able to pause between there. The foot that's on the floor is doing a lot of work to help control any changes of balance. And if you're doing this workout at home and you're on a harder surface, if you feel more comfortable having sneakers on, totally fine. Ideally, we are going to be in barefoot, so the foot is free to have some movement, and we can use a little bit more of these little muscles in the feet to help correct our balance. And then let's switch to the other side. Very good. Keep focused on getting the arms up tall and straight, and your gaze is straight ahead. You're thinking about lengthening through both sides of the waist, pulling the ribs in. Okay, last one. Excellent. Next, we're going to add in a twist to our lunge. So maybe face the front there, Ellie. As you go into a forwards lunge, you're going to start with both arms up. My right leg lunges forward, and I'm going to rotate towards the leg that's in front. And then bringing ourselves back, switching to the other side. So we're working on keeping good balance and control from the legs and the pelvis, and adding in a rotation from the trunk, adding in some nice arms. making sure you're still breathing. So you might want to exhale as you go into the lunge, inhale as you come back out of it. One more time. And then the last one in our lunge series is jumps. So 2 arm positions are a choice here. You can have your arms crossed over your chest, or you can go back up into that straight arm position if you still have some endurance to stay here. So Ellie's working on controlling her landing, trying to really push yourself up. So we'll have a tendency sometimes to jump forward, especially if the ankles are stiff in our landing. So really trying to propel herself up, trying not to travel forward or back, keeping the ribs in, breathing, and then let yourself rest. Okay, if you're feeling really ambitious and you want to combine those 2 things, we can add on the lunge jump and the twist. So let's see 10 of those. So every time you come down, you're twisting towards the leg that's in front, having really nice arms, working on jumping up high, finishing every jump by pushing off of the whole foot, including the toes. Okay, excellent. Good job, everyone. Okay, we're gonna go through a few exercises to work on maintaining and improving calf strength, but also alignment, and how we're strengthening through the foot and calf is just as important as doing the exercises. So Ellie's gonna have her feet in parallel, and we're just gonna do 10 simple calf raises. Trying to focus on really getting a nice push off the ball of the big toe and controlling the lowering down. So I want her to go slow on the way down. You can do a quick push up and then focus on controlling the lowering down. What might happen is as you come up, and you can show us, Ellie, as you come up, the heels start to come a little bit together or turn in. So we want to avoid that by almost imagining that you're squeezing your thighs together, like you had a little ball in there that you have to squeeze. So we integrate and teach the inner thigh muscles to help with the alignment of the hips and the leg. So let's see if we can keep that same good alignment and go to a single leg calf raise. If your balance makes this really challenging, what you can do is be close to a wall, or even have your foam roller if you have a tall one, and have your hand on it. Leg position can be up, this is our tabletop position, or if you have the flexibility and the strength to hold the leg straight, that would be even more challenging position. Arms can look pretty, you can have the arms up towards the ceiling as well. All of that is added on. What I really want you to focus on is this push off the ball of the big toe. Okay, and then let's switch to the other side. So he's working on the alignment of the pelvis is square, the hip is nice and open and straight, and then she can work this nice push off the ball of the big toe. Ribs are in, arms are up or out, lots of different variations. We can be with a bent knee, we can be with a straight leg. Okay, now we're going to add in some jumping. So we'll go back to the left leg. I want the same push off the toe, and then you're going to bring yourself right up off the floor as high as you can, and then I want this nice controlled landing down. So let's practice just jumping up and controlled landing. Good. Excellent. I want you to practice not using your arms to help. So you can keep them overhead if you like. You can cross them over your chest if you like. Just some variation where we're not using the arms to help and also not using the legs. You can see how Ellie's starting to lift her knee. She's starting to use her other leg to help herself to get up. We're going to really focus on all of the strength of the foot that's down. And then let's do 5 in a series on this side. Finish every push by pushing off the ball of the big toe. And then we'll switch to the other side. How's it feel?
Tired.
Yeah, it gets tired pretty fast. So as you get tired, you'll start to fall into old habits. Let's start with just the heel raises first. So we've got nice alignment of the body, nice alignment of the foot. We're focusing on getting that nice push off the ball of the big toe and the control and lowering down of that heel. Not using the other side to help get us up. this time, and then we'll add in the jumps. Good, so let's do 5 slow jumps where we kind of pause and stick our landing each time, and then see if you can do 5 fast ones. Okay, and then you can start your fast ones. And then rest. We want to make sure we work on jumping and landing in different directions as well. So Ellie's going to show us a single leg jump. At home you can do either a quarter turn or a half turn. Let's start with a few quarter turn jumps, and then we'll go to our half turn and see how we do. So arms are still, other leg is still, quarter turn jumps, finishing every jump, practicing, pausing to correct any landing. So if you lose your balance, you're going to stay there and fight for it. And make sure you go in both directions. So quarter turn jumps one way, quarter turn jumps back the other way. And then let's try some half turn jumps. Same leg, let's make it really tired. Okay. Yeah, good. As much as you can, correct your landing from the waist down. So we're trying to think about the pelvis, correcting the landing in the foot, so we're minimizing deductions we're going to get from the arms. Excellent. And still jumping up, so making it as high as you can. Okay, let's try the other side. So wherever you choose your arms to be, that's where they're going to stay. Nice and solid and strong. Okay, so Ellie's doing a full turn one way, full turn the other way, stopping and getting her balance each time. And then we're going to go to our half turn jumps. So she started to use her arms to help her because the jump was harder. Excellent, good job. Okay. Let's do a full turn.
Oh, off of 2 legs or one?
One leg. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, and she chooses her newly...
I'll go
Oh no, do the other side. That'll be even better.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay, very good. So we all have some work to do.
Yeah.
We're going to show you one more exercise in this video that is going to be for lower body, and it's working on strengthening our hip abductors. These are also really important muscles for balance and stability. So using your Miniband, you're going to put it low. So often we see the Miniband going around like above the knees or below. I want the Miniband to be around your ankles or even around your feet. So Ellie will show us around the feet. And we're going to do some side stepping. So find a little mini squat. So we're not down into a big one. And how Ellie's got her ribs sticking forward, that's going to be really common too. So she's going to pull her ribs in a little bit. Excellent. See if you can sit back a little more. Yeah. And then start your side stepping. You can work on breathing with this as well. The complexity of the exercise is a little bit less than some of our balance work. Maybe exhaling as you take the step. Inhale as the legs come a little closer together. And I want you, yeah, come back, Elle. I want you to maintain a big distance between the feet. So when you bring the other foot in, it doesn't come in very close. We're keeping nice and wide. And where we should feel fatigue, where do you feel like you're getting tired, Ellie? Exactly, so we want to feel it on the outer part of the hips. This is where our hip abductors are. Your legs are working a lot too, so if you're getting fatigued in your legs, that's normal and good, but I want you to really feel the burn starting to happen through your hip abductors. As you fatigue, you'll start to want to drag your feet along the mat. You'll start to want to bring them closer together, so try and maintain that distance. And some of you will start turning the feet out. So I want you to really keep the feet facing straight ahead. Okay, and then rest. So I think a good goal would be 3 sets of 30 seconds. We probably did 45 seconds there because I have a lot to say. But repeat that a few times until you are getting super tired. Okay. Okay, we've got another great exercise for you that works on strengthening the muscles around the pelvis, but also all the way down to the foot. So finding a scale position, and you're going to use a wall to help you at home. So Ellie's got her hands on the wall. She's got her pelvis really level. She's got her ribs in. Ellie, can you show me what would be a common position, what we might end up in? Exactly. So here she's twisted. She's all shortened on this side of the body. We're going to really think about lengthening both sides of the waist, especially the side of the leg or the side that you're standing on. I want her to get lots of weight into the standing heel, not much weight in the hands. So I want the hands just to be there for balance. Okay? We'll just hold this position for a second. This leg, see if you can lift it up so it's in line with the body. So we're maximizing, working the most hip extension that we have. Keep the weight back into the heel. So as you get tired, you're going to start shifting towards the wall. Okay, good. And then just come on down. So holding that position, how did that feel?
Just working.
Yeah, both glutes should be working. So let's find that position in the other side too. So your glutes are working on your standing leg. Yeah, other side. And then they're also working, your hip extensors are working on your lifting leg. Come out of the knee bend just a little. So we've just got a, 20, 30 degree knee bend. Pelvis is nice and level. Leg is lifted as high as you can without arching your back. So for sure it needs to be in line with your body. Some of you might be able to lift the leg even higher, but what I don't want you to do, and show us, is lift so high that you start to lose your position. Okay, so your first rep is just finding the position and holding, noticing how much weight you have in your hands and bringing it back into your heel. Okay, let's come on out of it. We'll switch back to the other side. We're going to add in some leg motions. Scale position first. Weight out of the hands, back into the heel. Leg is super straight. Then you're going to bring the leg down to touch the floor and then up as high as you can. So high as you can without compromising and losing your position. Let's breathe. So exhale as the leg comes up, inhale as the leg goes down. Lengthen both sides of the waist, especially the side that you're standing on. Let's do 2 more on this side, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Your standing leg keeps a little bit of a bend in it. That's going to make it a little more work for your hip. Okay, so pelvis is level, ribs are in, trunk is long, and then we start our leg lifts. So today we're showing them slow. What you can also do is try adding in a few fast ones in there. So let's try that, Ellie. See if you can go a little bit faster. So as Ellie goes faster, she's not able to get the leg as high. So see if you can go to the same height and keep the same amount of control. And then let yourself just rest. So you could try a set where you do 10 slow leg lifts and then your next set is 10 fast leg lifts on both sides. We're going to show you another position that's similar to this. So Ellie's going to put one foot up on the wall, just to measure her distance from the wall. And then she's going to turn herself around, and she's going to find her scale position again. So last time we had the hands giving us balance. Now we've got the foot helping. We're going to really push into the wall. So I want you to work on that push. I want you to reach. You've got the same start position. So here we're working more muscles through the back and through the glutes. The whole extensors of the body are working. You've got a little bend in this knee, and this is a very challenging position to hold. Show me the position you prefer to be in, Ellie.
This one?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's do the other side.
Which leg do I stick?
So try the other side, see if you can find that position. A little bend in your supporting leg. Reaching leg is really straight and strong, so you're pushing into the wall. Ribs are in. I don't want you to be like just collapsing onto your bottom thigh. I want you to think about reaching both sides of the waist super long. Arms are straight and lifted as high as you can. See if you can breathe there. Keep reaching with your straight leg. Okay, and then let yourself come on down. Okay, we've got 2 more versions of this. We're going to do next one with arm lifts. So find your position. You always start like that so you can measure the right distance from the wall. Good. She's going to have a little bend in this shaking leg. Stretch and reach with this one. Let's do just arm motion. So arms come down towards the floor, and you're going to work on driving the shoulders up. See if you can go a little bit higher. If you're getting really good at this and you want to add some resistance, you can have small weights in your hand. You could be holding a dowel or a bar, doing some lifts with that. So Ellie's starting to kind of collapse into this side. Let's switch to the other side, and that's fatigue. Yep. If it's hard for Ellie Black, it better be hard for you guys. So let's hold here, little bend in this knee, stretch and straighten with this one, ribs in. Stay long in your body. Keep the foundation of your position, and then we add in the arm lifts to make it more challenging. Breathe. Exhale as the arms come up, inhale as arms go down. So as we breathe, it's helping us to use our core muscles. Keep reaching with your leg into the wall. 2 more times. And then let yourself rest. I have one more present for Ellie today.
Yes.
We're going to start in our same position. We're going to have our hands like this to shorten our lever. This is a long lever, it's going to be harder. And we're going to work from here on doing a little bit of a chest lift. So it's like we're going into a trunk lift. So we can work extension in this position as well. Okay? Let's go. So start with your position. Forehead to hands. She's going to keep everything still, and she's going to work on extending the upper back and opening the chest. Good. Move with your breaths. You're going to breathe in for one direction, breathe out with the other. Let's do 4 more times. Press into your standing heel. It's going to help you recruit a little bit more support from your glutes on that side. Straighten your reaching leg, and then rest. Nice. Last one, you guys. You're doing great. Okay, pelvis is level. We're going to try and keep the lower back still. This makes this super challenging, and our work is on extending the upper back. The harder version, which you will have to work yourself up to, is with straight arms. So can you show a few of those, Ellie? Arms are straight, so all of a sudden the resistance got upped. And then rest. Okay, we're sweating now.